What's up, everybody? Welcome in to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Didn't do any shows over the weekend. We never do. But it was good for me. I'm trying to think what I even had. It was a winner. I had the under in the Aces game, 5% winner. So now I won 15 of my last 18 bets, and try to keep it going here. Good to be back with you, Vino. Hopefully you had a good holiday weekend. Um, yeah, how you doing today?
I'm good, Skee. The holiday weekend was good. The WNBA was bad. My 17-4 run turned into 17-9. So really quick, guys, when Skee promos at the end of the show and tells you, "Hey, maybe you think Skee's a bum and you want Vino." Wait a minute, let me correct that right now. It could be the other way around right now. Um, or if you believe that we got all the bad ones out of the way, which I do, then we'll be back on track here towards that 17-4 again. But it was a rough weekend, Skee. It started Friday night. I think I had Lynx first half against the Liberty. I'm almost positive by the way we talked that day you liked Liberty. But Lynx had been such a good first quarter, first half team. I went with that. Did not get there. Followed it up with a revenge play with the Atlanta Dream on Saturday. Golden State really was the better team all the way, starting to make me question Atlanta a little bit and certainly upgrade Golden State. And then yesterday, a little too much faith in the Dallas Wings offense, and that total did not get there. So those were the low lights of the five that we got got wrong. But 17-9 still pretty good. We'll take it, but I'd like to get back to that 17-4 form starting here today.
My bad. Let's do it. We have a few games here to talk about. We will start at the top. That looks like the Valkyries and the Mystics. 5.5 with a total of 156. And just looking at the injury report for this one, I don't see anybody on there for Golden State. For the Mystics, Sonia Citron, game time decision once again. She did miss the last game. Um, yeah, both of these teams, if I'm not mistaken, coming off a win as underdogs. Yeah, Valkyries beat both versus the Dream. So maybe the Dream is not playing very good basketball right now, but I feel like the Mystics they've gotten healthier and they've been playing a little bit better. The Mystics very good at home, especially as an underdog. I'm pretty sure they've covered every game this year. Um, the Valkyries. Here's my question. Yes, they've been playing well. Most of their games have been versus the Dream, who we just said, who's maybe not in the best rhythm lately. I just can't help but think on the road, laying a couple of possessions, few possessions. Are we now, how do I call it? Is the value gone on the Valkyries? Is it now like overpriced? Is kind of what I'm trying to say here for the Valkyries. And I feel that way a little bit. I hate that Sonya Citron is game time decision. We did just see the Mystics win without her in their last game, and they do have a size advantage versus the Valkyries. We know the Valkyries like to try to pack the paint and force teams to shoot, but can't ignore the size advantage that the Mystics have. All it takes is a cold shooting night for Golden State, and they can go down. I, I'm thinking towards the Mystics here, Vino. And if I have to say anything about the total, both of these teams play pretty slow. Um, both of them, I think the defense is better than the offense. I can understand why the total is 156. I would think it's low for a reason. I think it can still stay under. So under or Mystics. How do you feel about either one of those?
Well, a little bit to unpack here with this game. First of all, I think we said it the other day when Washington was the underdog at home to Atlanta. Or no, yeah, they were home underdog to Atlanta, and they won. It's their role, right? The game before, I think they lost as a favorite against Connecticut, but road favorite isn't really what they do. They play well, especially in this type of spot. To further probably make Washington's case here, Skee, they had 27 turnovers against the Dream and still won. Like they were getting beat double digits in that game and came back, totally shut Atlanta down second half. Your point about both teams playing slow, less possessions, taking 5.5, that angle makes sense if you're looking at side. Um, your other thought about maybe being overvalued. I keep power ratings on these teams. Golden State road power rating, Washington home power rating. I come up with Golden State -2, not 5.5. So you could see a lot of this Golden State surge baked into the line here. And there's not a lot of for those who bet on the WNBA, there's not always a surge for Washington. They're not one of your more popular teams, but this Golden State team's gaining popularity. You got to shut down their threes. That's what Washington will try to do here is stop them from shooting threes. Last thing I'll say about Golden State, and it could be a bad matchup for the Dream, right? I think we know now that it's a bad matchup for the Dream. Got beat 3 times in their last 4 games against Golden State, in their last 4 games overall, 3 of them against Golden State. But Golden State does all those little things on the basketball floor that never show up. I'm trying to watch that game pretty close the other day. You have somebody coming off a curl cut for Golden State, and they're on their way to the rim, and their bigs just seal the other bigs. So it's just an open lane right to the rim. I mean, they do that little stuff every single play that other teams don't necessarily do every play. Well coached. Natalie Nakasi, they're predicated on defense. I don't know. I like both sides of that. Perhaps a little bit of under, but more than that, maybe a little bit of Washington plus 5.5. If in fact Golden State doesn't shoot threes well, and they don't always shoot them well, but they always crank them up there, then Washington's right in this one.
Arrow is reminding us that the Valkyries are 4-0 versus the Mystics. I like this point by Mark, though. Mystics don't play again until Sunday. I would think they rest Citron till then to ensure she's 100% moving forward, in my opinion. It seems like the smart thing to do. And if you feel that way, if you're a person like me who likes the Mystic side, you wait, because if she's ruled out, you're gonna get the line moving even further than it already has. And I like to get the best of the number if I could. And if you like the Valkyries, you probably should have already gotten involved. But if you don't think she's gonna play like the rest of us, you don't want to wait. But me, I will wait. Let her get rolled out. You're gonna give me maybe a 7.5. That's kind of nice. I don't know, for a team that is undefeated as a home dog. So that's how I'm looking at this game. I'll wait on the injury report, maybe go drive home, and by the time I get home, we should have some news. Next game, Sun and Lynx. This one opened up. I'm sorry, I don't have the opener. I think it was 15, somewhere around there. And I'm looking at 12 right now, a total of 165. I did see Olivia Miles ruled out. And then Morrow's missing for Connecticut. Miles is a big deal. I mean, we've all seen how great she is, how good she makes the Lynx offense look, et cetera, et cetera. The Sun, they are fairly healthy. And I don't know. I just, Minnesota wasn't expected to be this good this year. A lot of, them continuing to be good has been Olivia Miles, in my opinion. I know Courtney Williams is more than capable of playing point guard because she has before, but the team around is just not the same. I couldn't trust Minnesota laying 12 here without Olivia Miles. I just would not feel comfortable. So, Sun be my preferred side here. Anything from you, Veno? Sun, Lynx.
Yeah, they threw another game away in the fourth quarter the other day, Skee. Connecticut had Dallas from the opening tip all the way through 3 quarters. Dallas couldn't really do anything offensively. And it's funny, as I'm watching that game Thursday night or whatever it was, it was on the heels of Connecticut having 2 really good defensive games in a row, right? They played the Sky and held them to a record low shooting. We talked about it a little bit. I wasn't a believer that the Connecticut defense had gotten any better, but when I watched them against Dallas, they caused a lot of problems, especially with Dallas's ball handling against the Connecticut defense. They're definitely playing hard. There's no question about it. Minnesota without Olivia Miles, I want no part of it. She's the primary ball handler on this team, and now you're going to switch that up for one game against a team that you're double-digit favorite against. I don't know what that's going to look like. I will say this: Minnesota is maybe about a week and a half away from being really dangerous. Dorka is game time decision tonight. She's been out all year. And I was just reading this morning that they expect Nafisa Collier back imminently. It won't be tonight, but we're going to see her, if not by the end of this week, by the top of next week. And when they have all those pieces together, Miles, Collier, another big in the middle. They're going to be dangerous, but that isn't tonight. I think Connecticut's just playing too hard at this point in time to not cover this number. Now, a lot of it got taken away from us, right, with the Miles injury report. Could have had 15, I think was the opener here, down to 12, 12 and a half. But still, it seems to me like Connecticut's in somewhat of a groove here. Coach has as much as said it that they're just becoming more cohesive as a unit where camaraderie and that sort of stuff. Everybody on the team likes each other and they like going out there and playing for each other. And to me, plus 12, probably worth a shot with Connecticut.
We agree on that. Let's move over to the last game. Storm and Sparks. Looks like 4, total of 175. You do not have Kelsey Plum or Cameron Brink tonight. Um, you know, if this was a normal rest situation, I would be betting the Storm. I absolutely would. Well, not absolutely would, but I'd probably be betting the Storm. Um, my thing is here, I just don't think LA should be laying without Plum, without Brink. I just don't view them that good. They haven't been playing good basketball. At least Seattle's been healthy. Seattle, the one thing is they're so inconsistent. I know they're not the most talented team, but it just seems like one night they're making everything, the next night they stink. Um, but in a game like this, I just don't trust LA's offense. I think I trust Seattle's defense the most out of anything in this game. So I would think to take the plus 3.5 here or plus 4. Any thoughts from you, Vino?
Yeah, I'll just add two negatives for the LA Sparks here. They're the team that hasn't played in the longest time. All these other teams, the break kind of hurt me too. I don't think I calculated how much of a difference the break was going to make in some of these teams. But just to get on the original point, LA hasn't played since the 27th of June. That's 9 days off. That's a long time. Kelsey Plum not able to come back still. Maybe we see her a little later in the week, maybe not until next week. But I don't know. Sometimes we run through those numbers, Ski. How much is too much? How much is good rest? How much time off leads to more practices to figure things out, or how much just leads to rustiness? The one constant with Los Angeles is they can't play defense. I've been on the wrong side of Seattle twice now since the break, thinking that their offense had come alive. And they crushed me either with a team total or a full game total in two in a row. They played bad offense. Here, as stubborn as I am, I'm going to come back with them one more time. Somewhat fade of LA's defense, somewhat thinking that Seattle can't shoot as bad as they've shot the last two games. Ezzy came back last game. It was her first game of the year. Now she's got a game under her belt. That helps Seattle. Team total here for Seattle is just what I'm looking at, Ski. I don't think Los Angeles can hold them. I'm going to get the exact number as we speak. Looks like Seattle's asked to get to 86 points here in this game. 85 and a half is their team total. You're asking for under 22 points a quarter against an LA defense that can give up 30 at any time. I just think that Seattle, they've had more games since the break. LA, not a good defensive team. I'm in already on the Seattle team total over.
Fair. I can't do it. I won 15 out of my last 18 bets. 2 losses for the Storm games. The 2 or 3 losses. My fingers are not letting me push confirm on Storm anything right now. But I agree with the thought process.
If they do press Storm, let me know. Just text me and let me know. Well, they don't like Skee too much, so let me get the hell out of here.
Yeah, get out. That's how it's been lately. But we'll see. Maybe I'll stay out the way for this game. I'll let you have it. All right. That's all the games for today. So before we wrap it up, let's see what we have to promo. And we will go with good old faithful. There it is. The 2-for-1, 3-day all access. All of Rob Veno's plays, all of my plays, only $69. And I mean, we both have been doing well. We set the numbers. What is this? 17, 9, 17 plus 15, that's 32. So 32-12. That's the kind of run we've been on combined together. But if you say, hey, I don't like that guy. He's an asshole. I just want to rock with Rob Veno or vice versa. Buy three, get three free, 6 days for just $69. You can pick whichever one you prefer. On that note, Vino, I'll pass it back to you. Ask you if there's anything else you'd like to promote. Feel free. And if you have a best bet for the show, we'd love to hear it. If you don't, all good.
Yeah, where promotion is concerned, I went through it early, Ski. I mean, it was a rough weekend for me. But then again, like you say, the numbers still add up. And the good thing about the two-person package is that you carry me through with the 5% and whatnot. My plays are only in the 2% range, so I could lose two and you could lose one, and we're still making money off of that package. No other further promotions though. Tomorrow we'll have $5 Tuesday, but I will leave a best bet here because I feel strongly about playing against the Los Angeles defense in this game. So I'm going to leave you with Seattle team total over 85 and a half, and somewhat of an offensive bounce back game. They had been playing really good offense up until the last two. My feeling is it's attributed somewhat to the break, the layoff, whatever, but they do have more games under their belt since that Commissioner's Cup break than does LA. That long layoff, I don't know that they're going to get any better defensively with that long layoff. So for me, it's the Storm team total over 85 and a half.
All right. Good stuff on that. For myself, a little bit different. I don't like to give bets that I haven't made, but what I will do is I'll just remind you guys. I mean, it would be my best bet for the show for show purpose. But I'm going to monitor the injury report. Citron, if she's ruled out, I would love to get a better number on Washington against Golden State, even without her. I think that the size is good enough. I think that the rest advantage, I think it's 3 days to one. It works in their favor. And they've been playing good basketball, and this is their role. They've been good as a home dog. So, Washington, if you are not the kind of person who wants to wait, the best number you can get right now is 5.5, I believe. But I will wait. If she's ruled out, I still will like it. If she's ruled in, I do think that they can even win the game. You obviously will get a worse number, maybe like a 3.5 or 2.5. But I think Washington is the right side. So, like I said, for show purpose today, Washington plus 5.5 will be my best bet. Vino, appreciate you taking the time to cap these games with me. Helps my process. I'm sure we help everybody else out there as well. Chat, you always want to let you know you're appreciated. Best of luck, everybody, on all of your action, and we'll catch you all again tomorrow.